Have you ever walked through a forest, leaves crunching under your feet, sunlight filtering through the canopy, and thought to yourself, what lies beneath this ground, behind these rocks, inside the soil? Most people don't. They take the forest for what it seems, a peaceful green retreat. But hidden under the roots of ancient trees, in cracks where rainwater once rushed, and inside boulders that look completely ordinary, there are secrets. Secrets in the form of crystals, hidden gardens of minerals grown by the earth itself, waiting for someone with a sharp eye to uncover them. Today I'm going to take you deep into the mystery of these hidden crystal gardens, where the forest hides treasures that most people would never believe are right beneath their boots. If you've ever thought gemstones are only found in deserts, rivers, or mountains, think again, because forests, with their damp soil, tangled roots, and rocky outcrops, can conceal veins of crystals, entire underground vaults of beauty, disguised as nothing more than dirt and moss. Now, before you think this is just a romantic fantasy, let me assure you, it is not. The earth does not care about our expectations. It has been forming crystals for millions of years, wherever the conditions allow. And forests often grow over ancient volcanic fields, mineral-rich grounds, or fault lines where fluids carry treasures upward. That means if you know what to look for and where to dig, you could be standing above a hidden crystal garden right now. Imagine this, a moss-covered boulder in the shade of tall trees. You'd walk past it 1,000 times without a second glance. But a single crack in that stone, if widened, might reveal a glittering interior. Quartz crystals pointing inward like frozen light. Or perhaps an agate nodule, gray and dull outside, but inside concentric bands of fiery orange and purple swirl like artwork. These are the secrets forests keep. The first trick to uncovering these crystal gardens is to understand veins. Veins are like the lifelines of gemstones. Picture rainwater trickling through soil, carrying minerals in tiny amounts. Over centuries, sometimes millions of years, that water finds cracks in bedrock. It seeps in, evaporates, leaves behind trace minerals. Over and over, the process repeats until those tiny traces build into solid structures. Quartz, calcite, fluorite, or even opal. To us, they look like sudden miracles of beauty. But to the earth, they're just chemistry at work, slowly painting masterpieces in stone. So when you're in the forest, pay attention to rocky outcrops, especially those with cracks, fractures, or streaks of a different color. Those are often the places where veins run. A dull gray rock with a white stripe running through it. Don't dismiss it. That stripe could lead you to a pocket of crystals, but veins aren't the only sign. Another secret lies in the forest floor itself. Fallen trees sometimes uproot massive chunks of soil and stone. When you see a tree lying on its side, roots dangling in the air, look carefully at the clumps still clinging to them. Sometimes those clumps reveal veins, nodules, or small crystals that the roots pulled up. It's nature itself doing the digging for you. Now let's talk about geodes. These are perhaps the most magical discoveries one can make in a forest. To the untrained eye, a geode looks like an unremarkable round stone, maybe slightly lumpy. But break it open, and you'll find a cavity lined with crystals, a hidden cave of brilliance inside a dull shell. Forests that grow on these ancient fields unknowingly guard millions of these rocky eggs. But how do you spot one? Geodes are lighter than they look because they're hollow inside. Pick up a round stone, give it a gentle shake near your ear. Sometimes you'll even hear faint rattling from loose crystals inside. That's your clue. Many gem hunters ignore forest floors in favor of rivers, but those who know the secret of geodes search the soil, especially after heavy rains when erosion has exposed new surfaces. Speaking of rain, storms are nature's best assistants in revealing crystal gardens. When water rushes down slopes, it erodes soil and exposes fresh rock faces. After a storm, walking the forest paths can feel like treasure hunting on freshly turned ground. A glint here, a shimmer there, something sticking out of clay that wasn't visible yesterday. That's when the forest whispers its secrets to those who listen. And don't forget caves. Some forests are dotted with limestone caves or hidden lava tubes. These are perfect crystal nurseries, Water dripping for centuries can form stalactites and stalagmites, but sometimes it also leaves behind crystalline deposits, calcite, aragonite, and even rare finds like celestite. These cave crystals look like frozen chandeliers, glowing softly when touched by a beam of light. Exploring such places, safely of course, feels like stepping into another world, a natural cathedral of gems. Another trick is to follow colors. In a sea of green and brown, unusual colors often mean minerals. A patch of rust-red soil could signal iron-rich quartz or jasper nearby. A chalky white layer might hint at calcite veins. Rainbow sheens on rocks could be a thin layer of opal. The forest hides its crystals beneath camouflage, but the patient eye can spot these signs like a trail of breadcrumbs. Think of it this way. Every forest is built over a story much older than the trees. The geology beneath shapes the life above. Some forests grow on granite bedrock, others on basalt, others on sandstone. Each type has its own potential for crystals. Granite may host quartz and feldspar. Basalt could hide agates or geodes. Sandstone often shelters opals in its cracks. To the ordinary visitor, it's just a forest. To the trained seeker, it's a crystal garden waiting to be read like an ancient book. And here's a detail most people miss: animal activity. Burrowing creatures like rabbits, badgers, or even ants disturb soil constantly. Their tunnels sometimes reveal small crystals or carry shiny fragments to the surface. So yes, the forest wildlife might accidentally be your ally in discovery. But perhaps the most astonishing fact is this: forests have a way of renewing their treasures. Trees fall, rivers shift, rains erode, roots dig. The surface is always changing. This means crystal gardens are not fixed forever, but constantly revealing new openings, new pockets, new wonders. That's why some gem hunters return to the same forest year after year and still discover new finds. Now imagine with me for a moment. You're walking down a forest path, sun dipping low, air thick with the smell of pine. You kneel by a cracked boulder, scrape away a little moss, and there, a sparkle. You dig carefully, fingers brushing dirt aside, until a cluster of clear quartz emerges, points sharp as frozen flames. It feels alive, as though the forest itself has given you a gift, its hidden garden opening to your touch. That is the magic we're talking about. This is just the beginning of the journey, because finding a crystal garden in the forest is one thing, but knowing how to recognize the signs, how to respect the land, and how to uncover treasures without destroying their beauty, that's where the real knowledge lies. Deep in the forest, nature hides its sparkling secrets. Subscribe to Pro Gems and explore the untouched crystal wonders that the earth has guarded for centuries.